I would probably do that if I was keeping them. I'd just put googly eyeballs on them and stick them on the shelf, and my family would come over and they'd be like, Jocelyn, what's with the owls? It would be awesome. I would just do that for kicks and giggles. My family calls it my superpower. It's my ability to see value in things that other people might overlook. Sometimes I go picking with my boyfriend, sometimes it's my best friend Sue, and sometimes it's my kids. But at the end of the day, it's all about having fun and hopefully just maybe making a profit. Here on the table in front of me, I have everything from our shopping video yesterday, and if you haven't watched the shopping video, make sure you go check that out. There is a link down in the description. Sue and I went to 2 separate thrift shops, so we've got everything here on the table. The first thrift shop was a Community Aid, which is like a local thrift shop. And the second stop was Goodwill, which I'm sure you are familiar with. So let's start with the stuff that we got at the Community Aid, since that was our first stop. Now, there wasn't a whole lot there. The shelves were just kind of bare, and there was really nothing that was like standing out at me like that I recognized. So I was kind of picking stuff that just I thought was quality. So it was kind of a blind trip. It was kind of, you know, most of the time I go out and I see stuff and I recognize it. And I'm like, oh, I know I can make money on that. I know I can make money on that. But this trip, it was more like, that looks like I could make money on it. So it was a little bit scary, but I think we made out pretty good. I've done some research on some of the pieces that I did grab, so I'm going to share those with you real quick. Let's start out with the kitty cat. This, I think, is one of the first things I grabbed. That was so long ago. That was yesterday. I can't remember. Now it is marked. It is marked Italica. Sorry, Italica Ars. It is a Italian pottery. There are no chips or cracks or dings or anything, and just a fat cat with a hole in his butt. Now I think it's probably a vase. You could probably stick flowers in the back, and I don't know. Now this sells sold prices on eBay for about $65. So I paid $8 for it. So it was a little bit steep, but it sells for $60 to $65. So that's not a bad turnaround. So good kitty. All right, moving along. Still at the Community Aid. Now I picked up this. I liked the weight of it. You guys know I'm picking stuff up and I'm feeling the weight of different things, because usually better quality items, you can feel the weight of them. I know that sounds silly, but it's a thing. So, and even with porcelains and ceramics, when you pick them up, the older items, you can feel the thinness of them. You see me pick up rose medallion plates, and I can feel that they are old. It's kind of an acquired feel, so to speak. But this piece I picked up, I could see that somebody else had already tried to peel off the sticker to see if there was any marks underneath. That was not my doing. Somebody else had done that. So apparently someone else had seen it and thought, you know, that might be something good. And I really wish that the camera could pick up on this piece, because the variation of the color, the way it goes from orange at the bottom and fades to green, and then the cuts in the glass are this cobalt blue. It's absolutely stunning. Now when I picked it up, I wasn't sure. I was like, you know, I'm gonna take this home with me. I'm going to pay $5 for it, and it's going to end up being one of those vases that comes home when you order flowers online, you know? I was doubting myself, but as it turns out, a similar piece like this sold on eBay between $65 and $75. So that makes me feel good. So right there, we've got $65 for the cat, between $65 and $75 for this. Now the one that sold on eBay had polka dots. I think I like the lines much better. I think the lines are a lot more, I don't know. They're just, I like lines. I'm weird like that. I guess it comes into play with mid-century modern. I just like clean lines. So the lines, I like lines. Now, I will say that there are some very, very small chips around the edge that you can feel by touch. I would just call them flea bites. That's like a term that people use. But they're not very noticeable by the naked eye, maybe because I don't have my glasses on actually, but yeah, so there is a little bit of chipping on that, but not a great deal that would make me like, I should put this back. So I also picked up this owl. I think maybe he is a paperweight, and judging by his actual weight, he probably weighs like at least a pound. I paid 99 cents for this. There are no markings on him. He's just like so funny looking. Like you probably see these owls over here that are like adorable and like, oh look, see no evil, speak no evil, hear no evil, you know, and this little guy's like staring into your soul. Oh, he's so cute. He's like retro. I think he's probably like 70s owl. Whereas these guys are like 2000s owl, you know? He's just adorable. I paid $1 for him. I would probably ask between 15 and 20 for him because he's retro owl. Okay, also at the community aid, I bought this vase. Now, this vase is not marked. I do not know the maker off the top of my head. Now, I do have a feeling that it could be Blanco. I'm not positive on that. They use stickers to mark their pieces, so the sticker could have been peeled off a long time ago. If you know differently and you know who made this and you want to leave it in the comments, please do so because I hate being stumped and this vase is kind of stumping me right now. There are bubbles in the glass, so it is art glass. I liked it. I paid $5 for it. I'm not sure how much I'm gonna ask for it yet with the mystery still being unsolved. And I was hesitant to even start the video before solving the mystery, but I was like, you know what, my viewers might know. So if you can solve the mystery of the vase, that would be very helpful. Again, I suspected maybe Blanco, but just don't know on that one. So I paid $5 for that. I also bought the caroling bear. I don't know why I did. Oh, I was having second thoughts. I was gonna put him back, and Sue's like, don't put him back, like, he's cute. And I'm like, oh, okay, fine, I won't. Okay, so I paid $4 for the bear. He sells between $10 and $15, and he's just a little bear with bells. So he'll go up in my shop, and he'll probably sit around until Christmas time. But I liked the quality of him. A lot of the times when I'm buying stuff, I'm looking at the quality of the figurines and not just like, oh, it's a figurine. So he has no mark. Well, he does have a mark, but I don't recognize it. So I'm probably not gonna mention it in the listing. I mean, I'll take a picture of it, but yeah, I don't know. Looks like 90, so it's probably from 1990. He's a 1990 bear. So there you have it. Okay, also I bought this little Nesco kitty from 1985, from before I was born. You guys are always asking how old I am. It's a mystery, but I wasn't born in 1985, so you can solve that mystery. This little Nesco kitty cat, I love figurines. He's got a little dirt on his face. He needs to be cleaned up a little bit. Now my figurine price, I usually just list in between $10 and $15. That's like what unless there's something like really spectacular, unless they're like, you know, if they're Yadro or some, you know, then I list them higher. But just the little Japan figurines, I usually list in between 10 and 15. So he'll go up in my shop between that. So, oh, and I also got this cheese board, and you guys are like, why did you buy a cheese board, Joel? Look at it. Look at the work that went into making this. I couldn't help myself. So I am going to list this in my shop. I paid, oh, what did I pay for the kitty? Sorry guys. I paid $2 for the cat. So anyway, the cheese board. I paid $4 for the cheese board. I am going to list it in the Etsy shop. If it sells, it sells. If it doesn't, I'll use it. I'll clean it really well, throw it through the dishwasher, wipe it down good. I don't think it was actually used. I think it was hung, and that's probably why it's got this thing on it. So I feel good about that. The fact there's not really any slice marks on it. So I don't think it was like a used cheese board. Probably because it's so pretty. But if it doesn't sell, I'll keep it. So Where are we? Okay, so that was everything that I purchased at the Community Aid, the first thrift shop that we went to. Again, it was one of those like, okay, I'm not seeing anything that I immediately recognize and I know that I can make money on. So instead, I'm going to look for things of quality that maybe I can make money on. I like trips like those because they stretch me and they help me grow because it takes me out of my comfort zone just a little bit. And I feel like I was pushed out of my comfort zone and it was a good thing because I got some good stuff. So it was a good trip and I found some good stuff. So moving on, next we went to the Goodwill and we only got a couple things at the Goodwill. One of those things is in Drew's office. I'm gonna go grab it. And you know what? He's got like cameras in his office and his alarm's gonna go off and he's probably gonna try to call me like, why are you taking that out of my office? Just give me 1 sec. All right, yeah, the alarm went off. Okay, so one of the things that I got at the Goodwill that we'll just start with is this. It's a pirate ship. Now Drew loves pirate ships and he loves like, I got this for him too. He loves like Revolutionary War stuff. So I see this stuff when I'm out and about and I just have to get it for him. So I saw this and I was like, you know, I'm gonna buy that for him and I'm gonna put it on his desk. And sure enough, like I was talking to him this morning, he's like, I watched you put that in on my desk. And I'm like, oh, it was supposed to be a surprise. But it was a surprise because he saw me put it on stuff. I mean, some of the sales, it needs to be glued in some places because I think it's, yeah, I mean, some of the spots are damaged, but I think it's really cool. So, pirate ship. We'll just set that down for now. Let's get back in there when we're done. Okay. Speaking of stuff for Drew, I bought him this Minuteman, I guess it's just like a Stein. And of course, there was a sticker on the bottom and they put their Goodwill sticker over the sticker. So it's gonna pull the sticker off. Oh, you're kidding me. It's an end sticker. I don't know if that would be Napco. I think so, possibly. I'm gonna go with that. So this is just a Minuteman Stein. Unfortunately, it's probably seen better days. The paint is really, really worn on it, but his next tattoo, he wants to be a Minuteman, so I saw that and had to grab it for him. And I paid, I don't know, because I peeled it off, and $5 for that. I paid $5 for that? Oh my gosh, I didn't realize I paid that much for it. No, I didn't, I paid $2. Okay, moving along. Gosh darn it, I just noticed that that's broken. Why does this always happen to me? Well, I had bought this creamer and sugar and I just was looking down and noticed that the creamer handle had broken off and somebody glued it back on. So I was gonna sell that between 15 and 20 and now I'm not. So I paid $2 for this and $2 for this. I think realistically if it wasn't broken, that's what I could get for it, but instead I'm out $4. So that's a bummer. It's actually a really good glue job. I probably wouldn't have noticed it unless I was looking directly down at it and noticed that when they put it together, there's like a little chip missing. People suck. Okay. So scratch that. I mean, it is really cute. I love the flowers on it. It's not gonna focus for you guys. Is it gonna focus if I move it in front of my face? No, maybe not. Okay. Anyway, let's move on. That's my disappointment. I think like every other haul video, I end up with something that's broken and I missed. But let's talk about these guys. Now I picked these up and I think maybe it was my lack of coffee and I couldn't like think of words to describe what they were. And Sue, and I'm like struggling and Sue's like, measuring cups? And I'm like, yes, measuring cups. That's exactly what I'm trying to say. Not only are they measuring cups, I'm gonna end up throwing this whole tower on the ground. I paid $5 for these. Get rid of that tape. There are 1 cup, and then half cup, you know, all the cups. But then there's little teaspoons and tablespoons. I love it. So the whole set is here. And the only thing that's wrong with it is there's a little itty bitty chip on the ends of the leaf on the big cup. And you know what? When I picked them up at the Goodwill, they did not have any damage. And I'm wondering if when they got packed, it might have gotten dinged. So that's unfortunate. But I don't think they're that old, honestly. Judging by the mark, I don't know if you guys can see the mark. I don't think that mark is very old. So I don't think they're very old, but I love them. I'm thinking of like going down and tossing all my metal ones and being like, there's some ceramic ones. Of course, I'm gonna have Juliet helping me make cookies and she's gonna just drop it on the floor. And that's gonna be the end of that. So I like these. I think I am gonna list them. I'm not sure for how much yet. I think if I was to list them, I would probably list them for 25 to 30 because that is like the going rate for ceramic measuring cup sets. Maybe a little bit more because that's just the measuring cups and this comes with the tablespoons and teaspoons. So I'm not sure. I'll have to think about that. Sounds like I've got sirens. Anyway, for those to pass. All right, and last but not least, oh no, we've got two things left. Okay, so the owls. Owls, everybody loves owls. You guys know I love owls. I'm constantly buying owls. Got like an owl sitting over on the shelf there that's just chilling. I thought he would be a quick seller too. I was kind of surprised. My last haul, I've sold like almost everything out of that haul except for the owl. I'm like, what? That's kind of surprising. I thought he'd be like the first one to go. Okay, so here we've got see no evil, hear no evil, speak no evil. And they're just little owl friends. And the best part about him is this. Oh, that guy's broken. He's not working. They've got little tea lights on them. And they light, well, I tested them in the store. Okay, this one works. They've got little tea lights in them and they light up. And they're multicolored. Now, I'm not sure who makes these. I know they're not that old. You guys remember the pumpkin? I've got it set up on my shelf. The pumpkin I bought in one of my recent hauls that I decided to hoard because I loved it so much. It does look like you can replace the batteries in these. So that's a good thing. I think this is by the same maker because it's the same thing on the bottom. You can replace the batteries, which is a positive thing. Now, the one thing I will say is this guy is missing an eyeball. So I did my research and apparently they're really easy to replace. You can go to a craft store and they sell little eyeballs, not like the googly eyeballs, although that would be fun. I would probably do that if I was keeping them. I'd just put googly eyeballs on them and stick them on the shelf and my family would come over and they'd be like, Jocelyn, what's with the owls? It would be awesome. I would just do that for kicks and giggles. But what I mean to say is you can buy actual like real eyeballs for critters at the craft store or online, and you can get different colors, like you can get blue eyes or just jet black eyes or whatever you want. So, and they only cost a couple of dollars. So I thought about ordering those and then putting them on myself, but I was like, you know what, I'm just gonna sell them as is because I'm lazy like that. And I need to turn this stuff. Oh, look, see, that just opened right up. It does take 2 little batteries and you just pop them in and it doesn't look like there's any damage. That's what I was afraid of. I was afraid there would be corrosion in there. That's why I wanted to pop those open. No corrosion, just needs new batteries. So anyway, I paid $10 for the 3 of them. And I think I would sell them for 30 or 35. And yeah, I think that's, oh, that's not everything. The rug. You guys know I've been checking the blankets, hoping to come across another crocheted blanket or another jacquard coverlet, even though that was years ago before I was doing YouTube. I was just at the local thrift store and I came across this jacquard coverlet that must have been in someone's blanket chest for like 100 years or since the day it was made, and I paid $2 for it. These were made in like the mid 1800s and it had the original, it goes Mount Joy, Pennsylvania, 1850 something. It's just in perfect condition. It sold for $250. Always check the blankets. Just do it. You won't regret it. So I bought this for $6.50. It's marked as a blanket. It is not a blanket. It is a rug. It is a very colorful, kind of very stiff rug. Now the problem I'm seeing, I tried putting it down on my floor, is it wants to bunch up. So I don't know if you guys have any tips for like not bunching rugs. It's really annoying. It's wanting to bunch up. I don't know how to fix that. I don't know if there's like a mat you could put under to keep it from bunching, but anyway, I think that's everything we've got out on the table. That's everything we've got. I'm going to be listing this stuff on my Etsy store as soon as possible. I know I've kind of been behind on listing stuff. It's like, my life is hectic. But I appreciate you guys coming along on my adventures. And yeah, make sure you go check out the shopping video. I posted that yesterday. And don't forget, over my Real Life Recovers channel, I've been cross-posting a lot of my content over the winter just to keep that channel alive, since I'm not really able to go metal detecting, which is really most of the content that goes on that channel. So you'll be seeing some of my shopping videos over on that channel. Make sure you go check it out. There's a link to both the shopping video and that channel down in the description. But I will catch you guys next time. Later. Don't forget to like and subscribe, and if you've spotted something that you just can't live without, don't worry. I've put a link to our Etsy store down in the description.